What's up, ladies and gentlemen? James Williams, the one and only Stankonia ambassador. And I'm back. I got another video. We got a lot to discuss. Now, before I get any deeper into this, because we are jumping off the cliff into the abyss. We went down a rabbit hole. Now we found ourselves at a cliff, and it's just darkness down there. I'm going to say this to you. A couple of these videos and some of this research, I'm going to put at my website. A couple of videos, I'm not going to put it behind the paywall. I'm just going to put the links to some of the more hardcore stuff where you just click that link and it'll take you to that web page where you can watch it. Because I'm not sure if you're familiar with the fact that I have my own website. It is iamdarkwaters.com, iamdarkwaters.com. You can find all kinds of crazy stuff there. True stories, interviews, everything. I don't really do a good job of promoting it at all. But you can go there. But in the case of some of these videos, they're not going to be behind the paywall. But I'm going to jump down a rabbit hole completely. I'm going to show it to you. Let me see if I can get it on the screen. Share file. Window. Entire screen. I'm not sharing none of that. Cancel. Give me a second. And besides, we got to get to the first couple of minutes. Some people will drop off, be like, oh, he's not talking about nothing. I have a short attention span. I don't have time for this. Damn idiot. I don't have time for this. I have a short attention span. You need to be faster in order for, if I'm going to watch it, you need to move faster. Move faster, or else I'm going to go somewhere else. All right, guys. This is what I shall be digging through. I want you to see whose name is in the middle. I'm not even going to say the name. But I want to follow all of these links. I want to know who this person is over here. Elizabeth David Alexander. I want to know who Nick Austin is. I want to know who Jennifer Derger is. Joe Levitz, Susan Desmond Wellman. I want to know, but I'm not going to do it on the YouTube. No, I'm not going to do it on the YouTube. That would be foolish to do on the YouTube. But I'm going to dig. The Stankonia ambassador is going to dig. So if you want to follow down that rabbit hole, you have an opportunity to. I will put the link over there, and you can go with me. But in the meantime, the ambassador is back to talk about some more lizards. Lizard people are everywhere. The main lizard. So we went through the financier lizard, the prophet lizard, and now we want to see what shall we call him? I think we shall call him, because he's definitely a Decepticon. I think we shall call him Megatron, because he definitely is on that level with this wickedness. Hold on, let me get my video for you. Video file. Let me go to there. Where you at, Megatron? Where you at, Megatron? No. Say it ain't so. Don't tell me the video's missing. Pause. And I want to say something to you, ladies and gentlemen. Actually digging into these people, letting your eyes, open your eye gate and your ear gate to this evil, it's draining. I mean, it's tiresome, man. I mean, it really is, because you have to hear what's being said. And so what ends up happening is you don't have the luxury of, how can I say it? I'm sorry, guys. Talking about these people made me constipated. I had to go clear my bowels. All right, so we back, and we're discussing the lizard people and the lizard agenda. Like I was saying before I pause to go boo-boo on the lizard people. Something wrong with me, bro. Listen, when you're dealing with this, it's kind of draining, because these people are wicked and they're evil. And what makes it even more difficult is that it's all in plain sight. What makes that more difficult, you see, I'm doing my Bill Gates hands. These are called Bill Gates hands. Everybody do the Bill Gates hands. If you're at home, do the Bill Gates hands. Bill Gates. You know what? Back home, back in the day, in New Orleans, we used to have this song called Do the Jubilee. It's like, do the Jubilee, all, do the Jubilee, all, do the Jubilee, do the Jubilee, do the Jubilee, all. They need to redo the Jubilee song. They need to add in the Bill Gates dance. And they'd be like, do the Bill Gates, do the Bill Gates, do the Bill, do the Bill, do the Bill Gates, do the Bill Gates, do the Bill Gates, do the Bill, do the Bill, do the Bill Gates. I had to laugh to stop from crying, man. Psychopath hands is what it's called. All right, so let me stop playing around. Let me get focused. Let me lock in. We locking in. All right. Jesus on the main line. Tell him what you want. Jesus, give me some lock-in speed and strength right here. All right, so the CEO of Pfizer, the one whose neck does like this, no, I can't even do it with my neck. But everybody's saying that's a normal neck motion. Matter of fact, everybody says normal. Here's what I know about the Dark Waters family. There's quite a few nurses in the Dark Waters family, and I want any nurse. If you ain't a nurse, shut your mother fluffing mouth. Don't say nothing because you don't know what you're talking about. I want a nurse that's in the Dark Waters family. One that's a stake-on ambassador, that's a nurse. I want one of the nurses to tell me if you ever seen anybody's neck do anything. I'm going to leave her alone right now. Because y'all know Kamala Harris got the same neck, right? Now, I know some of y'all will be like, oh, don't be talking about that black girl like that. Don't talk about the Indian girl like that. I know she AKA, but she ain't black. Go look at her mom. Anybody with dark skin don't mean they black, but nonetheless. Where you at? Yeah, I'm going to find it later. Because it ain't there. So, back to what I was saying. Homie, the CEO of Pfizer, is a lizard. I need you to understand he's a lizard. But I think the best thing for me to do to make you guys understand this, and first of all, we know that this lizard is guilty of hurting a lot of people at this point in time. Now, I'm going to say this. If you're one of those people who decided that you're going to be brought into fear, you decided you're going to go line up and go get something, don't let your pride get in the way right now. Because, see, that's what they count on. They count on you being prideful. Don't let your pride get in the way. Sit back, relax. Ain't nobody mad at you. And I'm not talking bad about you. I love you. That's why I'm talking to you. Don't get it twisted. But what I'm saying is this. You need to know and understand this. You need to know and understand what they're doing. So watch this. This Dr. Campbell. I like Dr. Campbell. When everything was popping off back in the day, Dr. Campbell was live every day, running through everything. He's gonna show you something. Don't be bugging out, but this is the end result of what done happened.
Next, they would be squeaky clean, wouldn't you? But there you go. That's what this report has said. So that one gets a tick as well. Breach of clause 7.2, making a misleading claim. Well,
now what is Dr. Campbell talking about? He's talking about Pfizer as it pertains to what they rolled out. And this is what the pharmaceutical industry found against them. Bringing discredit upon and reducing the confidence in the pharmaceutical industry, promoting an unlicensed medicine, making a misleading claim.
Dearie me. Making a misleading claim. Yep, making claims that did not reflect the available evidence regarding possible adverse reactions. Wow. I mean, it seems that adverse reactions could have been downplayed according to this report. Well, whatever next. Breach of clause 9.1, failing to maintain high standards. There we go. Right, let's look at it. Pfizer accused of bringing discredit on the pharmaceutical industry after COVID-19 vaccination posts is the headline.
Now, I know a lot of people don't be wanting to read the news. You want to watch the news and make it a little bit easier for you to watch it. But here's what I need you to understand. If they're guilty of it, everybody else is guilty of it. And I needed that for context for what's about to roll out next and what I'm about to talk about next. So I need you to understand, I do be putting the context to everything I say. And we're going to walk through one of these videos because I haven't seen the whole video. Right? I'm just going to walk through it with you. And we just going to walk down the road. Now, some of y'all that don't like walking, turn around, mother fluffer. If you need everything to be edited perfectly and, oh, I need to get straight to the point. Let me tell you something, mother fluffer. I need you to understand this. This ready, big environment that you used to living in, because mother fluffers like you didn't stand up, you do realize mother fluffers all over the world about to starve, right? Including you. So this whole convenience of the grocery store, mother fluffer, I don't know how you gonna survive if you don't develop some patience. See that 30-second short video mentality that they got you in? That don't work when you're getting hungry, mother fluffer. You understand what I'm saying? Oh yeah, and they doing it to you right now. They definitely doing it right now as we speak. Think on the ambassador crazy? Trust me, mother fluffer. Give it about 90 more days. They're gonna be talking about we had to kill the chickens. We had to kill all the cows. We had to do all this because of. You be like, man, I can't even get no meat. No. Here's the crazy thing, mother fluffer. You ain't got no deep freezers. See, I'm in New Orleans. We got deep freezers full of meats. The only thing that's gonna get us down here is a hurricane. Because guess what? Go walk right out that door, go right over to that swamp, give me one of them gators, give me some gator tail meat. You heard me? But see you in the big old city. Riding around in your big old nice car. Or maybe your little electric car, mother fluffer. Yeah. You better be listening to the ambassador. I'm trying to tell you, better listen to the ambassador. You better listen to the ambassador while he talking to you. I'm trying to tell you the truth. So, back to what I was saying. If these people down bad for doing it, everybody else down bad for doing the same thing. Because this was the head of the serpent. This was the big boys. This is the one that was everywhere. Everybody was talking about them. They was all over the news, right? They was the first ones to come out with their stuff. So if they found messed up, you best believe everybody else done been found at fault from this industry. And it's significant enough that what they did, they say it just tarnished the reputation of the entire industry. And I can agree to it. Because I don't know about you. When I go to a doctor's office, I look at the doctor sideways. I'm like looking like, I don't know if I'm going to listen to what you're saying. I know I'm going to listen, but I'm going to listen intently to what you're saying, doc. I want to make sure you ain't, and don't offer me nothing. Don't offer to stick me with nothing. Have you had this? No, I ain't had it. I ain't getting it. You understand? You ain't going to talk to me until you can make $4,300 off me. No, sir. That's not what's going to happen. Let me get moving.
Approve the first electronic pill, if I get the device.
All right, we're about to get into the point to where they're going next with this here. So you heard old crazy hand Gates talking about they're gonna put a patch, right? Watch this. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Come on. Come on.
Is going to take the drug, wear the device. So how are you thinking about technology to engage the patient?
Yeah. Again, maybe I will use an example. I think it's fascinating what's happening in this field right now. I mean, FDA approved the first electronic pill, if I can call it like that. So it is basically biological chip that it is in the tablet. And once you take the tablet and dissolves into your stomach, sends a signal that you took the tablet. So imagine the applications of that, compliance. The insurance companies to know that the medicines that patients should take, they do take them. It is fascinating what happens in this field. But of course, there will be an initial cost that someone needs to invest.
Of course, education, skills, but
as the various...
Did you hear what that man just said? Well, that ain't no man for sure. He's a lizard. But did you hear what that lizard just said? That they're going to be a pill that you take. That's going to send a sensor from your body saying you took that pill. So the companies can know. Let me rewind it. Not so you know could know, not so the doctors could know. Watch this.
Patients should take, they do take them. It is fascinating what happened. Basically biological chip that it is in the tablet. And once you take the tablet and dissolves into your stomach, sends a signal that you took the tablet. So imagine the applications of that, compliance. The insurance companies to know that the medicines that patients should take, they do.
Why the hell he said the companies need to know that the medicines that they should take, they do? See, words are very powerful. The companies, not the doctor, not you, the damn companies. You see what I'm saying? The companies need to know that you've taken what you should take. And the word he said was compliance. Compliance? So hold on, bro. What you trying to tell me is, lizard neck man, that me not taking a medicine. So for example, I'm on a little blood pressure pill, right? Because these lizards get my damn blood pressure up. So what you trying to tell me is me not taking my blood pressure pill is me not being compliant to who? To you? To the company? You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to tell you, folks. These are the kind of lizard people we dealing with. And this is the thought process of the lizards. It's in many cases, it's terrifying.
Take them. It is fascinating what happens in this field. But of course, there will be an initial cost that someone needs to invest.
Of course, education, skills, but
as the virus mutates, we have the ability to follow up and let's say update the vaccines and to have treatments. With that, people should not die anymore, even if we are not following the way that we are following the social measures in the past. Now, on the second question, shall we are afraid of a new, very different virus that would come, and to have now all these examples with the monkey pox? I don't think we should be afraid, but I think we should be prepared.
You see that man back there in the background with that scowl on his face? Anytime you see that man, know that death comes with him. This one right here in the background. Look at that face. That's death right there. 100% death. That's Klaus Schwab. That's death. And so you got two doctors of death, Dr. Doom and Dr. Death, sitting up here having a conversation in front of the whole world, up talking about how they're going to update the vaccines. How you going to update it after I took it? Think about it. How you going to update something after I took it? Because that's the context in which he's talking about. They're going to update it inside your body. See my leg shaking again. Because it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
And that should, even the little fear that we have, that should ease it. And if we are prepared, I think science will win.
Now, some people may argue you have now these new treatments. Some people may argue, why should I get vaccinated if there's a treatment? Well, how would you respond?
Because I think the goal...
Some people first ask you, why should you get vaccinated with old ass on a Schwarzenegger sounding ass? Just vaccinated. Come on, man.
The goal is not for you to get sick and then treat you. The goal is to prevent the sickness. And that will maximize your chances to do well, and that will maximize the chances of people that you love not to get infected.
Yeah.
You vaccinate not only for yourself, you vaccinate also to protect society. Today,
listen, that line right there, that was the line that got me. That was that's what sold me when all this started, that it was propaganda. I don't know if it sold you, but see, when all this popped off, and I'm standing there in the line, and this lady says, well, you know, you got to take it to protect me. I said, what? She said, yeah, well, if you haven't had it, you're supposed to take it so you can protect me. I said, huh? And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm saying, so let me walk through a bunch of scenarios in my life to let me see if I ever did anything like that, thinking that it was going to protect somebody else. Like I've ever put. So I said to myself, I said, so have you ever taken an aspirin to stop somebody else from getting a headache? No. I said, self, have you ever put a condom on to stop somebody you wasn't having sex with from getting the venereal disease? No. I said, so have you ever drunk water to quench another person's thirst? Nah. Then I said, okay, well, maybe you're going crazy, right? Let's get more serious. Have you ever taken high blood pressure medicine so somebody else's blood pressure could come down? No. That ain't how that work. That ain't how it work. But it was so crafted that you need to do this because you're responsible for protecting me. And then I'm going to tell you the most disastrous, wicked thing about it. And I promise you, if you go back and look, all the marketing was targeted towards all women. Mothers, women. And if you found people running that talking point, 90% of the time it was women. If it was a male, he was a little bit, you know, with it. You want to know why? Because that's an emotional argument. And unfortunately, ladies, you are the emotional beings. It's okay. Without those emotions, we men wouldn't have the balance that we have. We'll be all jacked up. Some of y'all are a bit way more emotional than you need to be, but, you know, it is what it is. And so the argument was exactly what he said. You do it to protect somebody else, the dumbest argument on the planet. But without that argument, you couldn't enforce anything else. You couldn't enforce social distancing. You couldn't enforce anything without that one argument. That's the one argument that needed to be destroyed early that wasn't. And so it rolled out. Now, this is the part of the clip I haven't watched. This is because I wanted context for what Lizard Man was saying. The Lizard Man 1 over here on the right was saying what Lizard Man number 2. So I wanted to see it. So you're watching this with me for the first time. We're watching it together.
we announced that we will offer all our patent-protected medicines, all vaccines or medicines that currently exist in the US or in Europe, to the 45 poorest countries of the world. It is a population of 1.2 billion people at cost. We also make the commitment that every year, as we discover and bring to the US or to Europe or to the world new medicines, automatically those new medicines will be inserted into the offer of the portfolio that we will offer into these countries. We define at cost strictly what it takes to manufacture it and very minimal shipment. We exclude all the research money that took to invent the medicines, or the legal that took to make the contracts, or everything, all the administrative costs, everything that it is sometimes is added to the nonprofit will not be added. Right now, for example.
Hold on, so let me get this right. So you're going to give at cost your drugs, which based on what we found out earlier, let's rewind the video. This is what y'all did earlier, but you're going to give all this stuff at cost based on this. Watch this.
Well, dearie me, making a misleading claim.
So at cost, you want to give stuff that they found that you brought discredit upon the confidence of the pharmaceutical industry, that you promoted unlicensed medicine, that you made misleading claims, that you're making claims that did not reflect the available evidence regarding possible adverse effects, and failing to maintain high standards. So these are all the things that you've been found to do. Just all things you've been found to do. But you won't give that stuff away at cost. Ladies and gentlemen, I submit to you as the Stankonia ambassador, let me break it down for you. If you were sitting with a dude and early in the conversation, he disclosed to you that he had a pistol charge, he had a dope charge, he had a rape charge, he had male prostitution charges, and he had an attempt murder charge. These are all the charges on him. He was convicted of all of them. Somehow he got out of prison, which he shouldn't, but maybe he was in a blue city and they was like, oh, we're going to let you go. But he out of prison. And then he says, yeah, bruh, you know, I'm about to go to this other neighborhood over here. I'm going to move. No, he's going to say, yeah, bro, you know, I went through all this stuff, but I'm going to move in right next door to you. Yeah. Bro, we the new neighbors. We neighbors, dog. I'm your neighbor. What would you do? What would you say? You got dope charge, pistol charge, murder charge, sexual charge, assault charge, rape charge, attempt murder charges. You want that Negro living next door to you? Now, I don't say Negro to say that he's a Negro. I'm saying, you want that person living next door to you? Hell no, you don't want that person living next door to you. But that's what he's saying. He's going to go move his stuff in right next door to all the poor countries. Even though in the UK, they done discovered that, oh no, bro, you lied about everything. And you discredited a whole entire industry. A whole industry. But he won't give it at cost. You couldn't get that to me. If I was the leader of the nation, you couldn't get that to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the nation of Stankonia, if they came over and they said, well, Stankonia ambassador, we're going to give you this stuff at cost. But you're going to have to pay cost for it. That's what the ambassador said. Cost your ass up out of here, because I'm not buying nothing from you, and you could keep it. Well, Stankonia ambassador, your people may perish. You know what? We're going to find another way to survive. We got to find something, because we know that this is death messing around with you. You see what I'm saying? Well, let me get back to it. Get back to it. Where you at? Here you go.
That we will offer all our patent-protected medicines, all vaccines or medicines that currently exist in the US or in Europe, to the 45 poorest countries of the world. It is a population of 1.2 billion people.
Boy, if you're in a poor country, they don't like you. They won't whack you.
At cost. We also make the commitment
1.2 billion people. So they want to knock your head off your shoulder.
that every year, as we discover and bring to the US or to Europe or to the world new medicines, automatically those new medicines will be inserted into the offer of the portfolio that we will offer into these countries. We define at cost strictly what it takes to manufacture it and very minimal shipment. We exclude all the research money that took to invent the medicines, or the legal that took to make the contracts, or everything.
Why look like his neck blurry in this clip? His neck is blurry, like doing live TV. His neck was more.
Of course, everything that it is sometimes is added to the non-profit will not be added. Right now, for example, there are billions of doses of our vaccine, the vaccine that was used in Europe, in the US, that it is offered to low-income countries for free.
Oh, so you dumping it. So they dump it in on the countries for free. Yeah, so everybody over here say, we ain't taking that no more, so we just gonna dump it on these people. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
And it is offered by the US government mainly, but also by the European Union, that they're doing donations. With those 5, we signed already our letters of intent, and we will work not only giving them the medicines, but on the ground to identify blockages between the medicine arrives in the country and the medicines is used by a patient. I think nothing would have happened during the pandemic, for example, without cooperation, but nothing would have happened. I think the trust is what is defined, starts from the top, surprisingly. Not surprisingly, but thank God, we bonded immediately with Uğur Şahin, who is the founder, and it is amazing because I'm Greek and Jew and he's Turk and Muslim. I think the bloodline of the innovative industry, it is this concept that a property cannot only be bricks and mortar, can also be intellectual property. It's very intellectually challenging to make a perfect cell phone. And that brings satisfaction to the world, and anybody should be very proud of being able to do it. I have not foreseen right now that can happen, but it is not the most likely scenario. I think we have the means right now, very effective vaccines, as the various, I don't think we should be afraid, but I think we should be prepared.
Let me say this to you. I'm going to choose my words carefully. I'm going to come back into the center of the screen. These people are criminals. They're criminal lizard people who openly discuss the fact that they want to push this on people and kill them. And now this is the 2004 World Economic Forum. And during that forum, the center of the conversation was trust, because they knew that they had broke the trust in the medical system with the stuff that they did. And so part of this conversation that you're witnessing is from the standpoint of how do they get people to trust them again. And by them, I mean the medical system, which they clearly are in control of based on what we've seen. And I don't think you get the trust back. I know everything you give me, I'm questioning. There's no way that you're going to get me to trust anything you got to say. And I believe for the average individual who actually has an attention span, they won't trust anything either. I'll be back with more. I'll be back soon. We're going to touch on trust real quick. I'll be back.